right, everybody. Good evening and welcome to the iRacing Virtual Cup Series at Michigan International. I am James Riles, and with me in the booth is Corey. Corey, how's it going, man?
Pretty good, man. So far, so good.
Yeah, right. Nothing's wrecked yet, so we're good to go. Even though we're a little bit late coming on, I'll go ahead and give you the rundown. We are at Michigan International, 2 mile track, 119-degree temperature. On the track, 86 degrees out, so it might get a little warm here. But it should be a good time. I know I'm excited. Corey, have you raced at Michigan yet this week?
No, I haven't, and don't plan on
Yeah, I get that too. Maybe later we'll get on it and do all that fun stuff in the officials. But I'll go ahead and run through the grid real quick while we got time. We got Will Barlow qualifying first, Kendall Lavron second, Justin Broyles in third, Dakota R. Jorgensen in fourth, and fifth is Carl Dotson. Sixth is Timothy Lotham, seventh, Brian Mabry, eighth, Dave Hughes Jr., ninth, Philip Loy, 10th, Doc Holliday, 11th is going to be Richard Smith, catching back up to the field there. 12th is going to be Tony Patton and Joseph DuPont in 13th. So it should be a good one. As we are coming to the green here, Corey, I'll go ahead and let you take it to start it off.
13 cars looking to take the green flag here. Pace car is setting to go in. There he goes. Corey Boudinot taking that pace car down to the pit road.
Oh.
Barney has green flag in hand. There they go. Loud juice is on. Will Barlow gets a good start off the green. Actually, a pretty even start for your top three. Justin Boyles with a good push to Will Barlow down turn number one.
And am I seeing correctly? Are these the next-gen NASCAR cars, or am I just making stuff up?
These would be your next-gen NASCAR Cup cars.
Ooh, I'm excited to see how these are going to handle at I don't know what you would even call this, because it's not a super speedway. It will be this first couple laps, as everybody's going to be full wide out open as Justin Boyles and Will Barlow coming down. But as you see, our leader, Justin Boyles, decides to pop out and block that top line as he's going to go coming down the front stretch there, getting back to the bottom as these guys are all close together.
Yeah, they were really holding side by side. You see the bottom groove working and the high side groove working. I've never seen both lanes work as well as it does right now at Michigan, of all places. And I'm really liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah, these next-gen Cup cars, I'm wondering how effective or how much of a change that's going to be, having that extra traction in the back. You know, with that independent suspension back there, it might give it a little more bump, a little more takeoff through these turns.
Well, that and they have the little diffuser on the back, so aerodynamics are even better than they usually are with your older, more rounder Cup cars that we see today.
Definitely. As we're back in the back, or mid-pack, Timothy Lotham is up one position. He's going to give that bottom run a try. Along with the number 3 of Brian Mabry. As you see, our pole sitter, or not the pole sitter, the guy who was leading that number 8 dropped to the high line. Interesting that everybody's doing pack racing here at Michigan, running wide open. You think we're going to see a lot of tire wear here coming from this package?
We probably should see some good tire wear. I don't think we'll see too bad. We only run 40 laps for a stage. But within that stage, they should be looking at fuel run of 30 to 34 laps. They may want to actually cut it in half and take tires.
Yeah, definitely. Running 39, like I said, 39 seconds a lap. We're going to be busting through here. That is so quick for a 2 mile, even here at Michigan. So definitely looking forward to that. Joseph DuPont, they take a look at him, up 8 positions in that 33 car.
Make that 9 now. So he got by Dave Fuge. He's looking for top 3 right now. He's going to get by Justin Boyles coming out of turn number 4. Goes throw the block on him.
Yeah, it's almost looking like this is a slide job situation where you can get it just right on that bottom line. Or that midline, it looks like. As the only one really hanging on to the bottom is Doc Holliday right now. We got 3 wide. The 0-1 of Philip Loy taking it 3 wide. Coming down the front stretch, had a massive run. This seems everyone is able to stay with each other. There's one group that's a second back, starting with Dakota Jorgensen, Timothy Lotham, and Carl Dawson. But PJ Jelkins has been just started late, so he's going to be coming out with, I think, 4 laps down. But guys, just a reminder, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. We appreciate you showing up and watching these guys at the iRacing Virtual Cup Series race for you. As always, you can drop a like, share, whatever you want to. Helps us out, and it helps these guys out get their sponsors. And let us know who you're rooting for in the chat. We like to look at those chats and see that these guys have some people watching them. So definitely excited to be here for you last minute.
Well, right now, so far in the season, I've been really watching Joseph DuPont. He kind of usually hangs at the back all race until the very end. You see him up front right now early on. Up in the top 5. He just got passed by Boyles and Mabry.
Yeah, but now our 1, 2, 3 back the way they qualified. Will Barlow, Kendall LeBron, and Justin Boyles in that 8. So Brian Mabry, Joseph DuPont, like you said, up 8 positions. Because it's just hard to find a groove here. We got number 99. Who is that? Oh, 93, PJ Jelkins. We'll see if he can keep up now that he's in the draft. I did not realize that the draft would be that big a deal.
It's Engelkins, but yeah, he had some technical difficulties. Started from the pits, and right now it's 3 laps down. Luckily, he's in the lucky dog position if we were to have a yellow.
Yeah, I think he's got about 4 lucky dogs he needs. It's going to be hard to catch yellows with only a 14-car field. But with them staying as close together as they are, the only outliers here are Tony Patton and Richard Smith. Everybody else pretty much within a second or a second and a half here of each other. Dakota R. Jorgensen may be having some issues. He's shuffled back to 10th position in that number 9 Chevrolet. Maybe just waiting out the front, seeing what's going to happen, how the tire wear is going to come out. Get your 2 Fords leading the way, leading the charge here at Michigan International.
Up front, you see Boyles possibly looking to see if he can't get the inside groove formed up. See if he can't go for the lead. He really tries diving down underneath of Kendall LeBron. About every time they get down turn 1 now, he's getting shuffled back. Made the mistake of going low coming out turn 2 and just getting shuffled back now to 6.
Yeah, just got to pop out just right. It seems like he just did just a little bit late as the 14 is on that bumper. Be definitely interesting to see how Joseph Boyles is going to react to that. He's just trying to find a passing lane, trying to find some speed. Right now he's got some time and some effort to expend here to make that happen. Still a lot of race left here. A lot of things can happen, especially if you're all packed up like that. Not really much to do if something, something does happen up there. You can make your way back up there if you get shuffled back, as we're about to see. I think Justin Broyles popped out again and is making his way up to the leaders.
You see Doc Holliday in that non-numbered white, blue, and red car. He's usually one of the guys that hangs back in the back of the pack, but right now he's duking it out with the rest of them in the middle of the pack. He's doing pretty good at it.
Yeah, he is. Now remember, there is going to be a stage break at lap 40 and lap 80, but that's just before the fuel run that I've got notes on, so see if anyone decides to pit here shortly, as they're 3 wide for second. Justin Boyles, Joseph DuPont, and Doc Holliday all now getting in on this. 3 wide coming into the turn. We'll see if anything comes out of it. They back out, as we are running now, folks. Still got... Everybody's going to have a green flag pit, so very good job keeping these cars straight. They seem to be handling a lot better than last time I saw them about 3 weeks ago. They had a lot of issues, but it seems like they're super stable now. That's Joseph DuPont working the bottom up to second place, up 11 positions. Coming from the back. In that red and yellow Chevrolet. Just found the exact right groove. Now, is this an open setup or fixed league, Corey?
I think it's fixed, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
It is open set. There we go. So open set, so maybe he's just set up a little bit different coming into this turn, where he's got it to where he's a long run car. That's what I love about these open setup cars, is you really have a difference of, you can say, hey, I've got a short run car, I've got a long run car, rather than, all the fixed setups. It's just a long driver or a short driver. That's the only difference. So definitely seeing that pay off with Joseph DuPont. Maybe that's what cost him that qualifying time that he put down, is having a setup for a long ride, not having that qualifying setup tuned in.
Well, right now, your best setup out there is the 15 of Will Barlow. He's just been consistent all season long, and it's really showing right now, early stages of this race.
Yeah, you're right. Staying out there up front, he's running a 40.50. Really using that vehicle behind him. He's been poised, right in front of second place. Going, kind of mirror driving it, going wherever they are, kind of seeing, making sure they don't get a run on him, as he is in the perfect spot to do so here. Like I said, taking a look at points. I'm glad you brought that up, because I so happen to have the playoff picture here with 2 races left in the playoff, as we see Joseph DuPont and Justin Boyles going side by side. Trying to put that right in the way of all the action. So there we go. We're lined back up. We got Justin Boyles In first place with 1 win, Timothy Lotham with 1 win, Richard Smith, Will Barlow, Kendall LeBron, and Dave Fuge, all with 1 win. So awesome, awesome racing here.
Now, one thing to note on those point standings is Jason Baker says he can't make it full time the rest of the season. So anybody below Jason Baker would be bumped up a spot. So right now, Doc Holliday is your driver on the cut line.
Yeah, not too far behind him is Philip Loy, who is right now ahead of Doc Holliday. So all these guys trying to make it to the end of the race. You can't wreck out if you're those guys. But if you've got to win 2 weeks left, you can kind of gamble a little bit more. You just got to hope these other drivers don't get caught up in it.
See Will Barlow up front. He kind of enters the corner about middle. Joseph DuPont gets in the wall out of turn 2, causes a big checkup. But as I was just saying, Will Barlow kind of cuts the corner down middle on entry and goes up the track on exit compared to the other drivers.
Yeah, and that's something that the leader with these new cars, with these, like you said, the rear diffuser, the front splitter being a little more aggressive. Overall, clean air makes all the difference. You get all the air running underneath that car. None of it's getting blocked by any cars in front of you. So that dirty air is definitely going to have an effect on your aero, just like it does now, but if not a little bit more, because of all that new technology forcing air where it needs to be. As we're seeing over time, Justin Boyles has made his way back up to third, looking on the outside of Kendall LeBron. Let's see if he has it. Does the outside have a run? He is not clear. The 3 car is going to try and make his way up there. They're going to touch the 3 and the 28 of Kendall LeBron. Everybody saves it. The aero doing its job. As this line is evolving.
Well, you know, I felt that door bang up here in the booth. That was a sketch.
Yeah. Yeah, these cars definitely able to keep straight if you're on a flat field. I think the problem with these next-gen cars in iRacing is that any older NASCAR track with any bumps absolutely kills them. So it's good to see that this track is paved and everybody is right on each other. Is the 8's going to make a move on Will Barlow here. Let's see if that top line has made up speed.
Yeah, would you look at that? Justin Boyles got to the outside. Will Barlow down turn 1. He held it out of turn 2. They're dead even down in 3. Will Barlow just gets a little clear on corner entry, slides up in front of Boyles. Here comes Brian Mabry in the number 3 Budweiser car on the bottom, trying to find something to work for him.
Yeah, trying to find something up high. You see Will Barlow, or he is organizing himself. Once he saw that top line get that momentum, he went up and blocked it, ran up there for a couple laps. Now he's back in his groove that he wants to be in. Fantastic driving from the leader there, keeping everybody behind him. You don't really see that in iRacing a whole lot. A driver that can lead like that and have the confidence to throw very clean blocks on advancing riders, and then to take away that preferred lane. He forced Byron Mabry to the bottom where he wasn't running, and that's what essentially ended his run. As we got side-by-side Kendall LeBron and Justin Boyles here. And LeBron going to take the bottom. You see just how close these cars get, trying to get that side draft. As he's going to be stuck down there and lose a couple positions as the top line has definitely developed. With some rubbers laid down up there. So, do you watch NASCAR?
A little, not much.
So they're going to the resin this week. They're putting resin on the top line, bottom line. Bottom.
Well, don't ask me.
They're putting resin on, so that's a new development in NASCAR. Is they're not using the PJ8 or whatever it's called. They're going to the resin. So I'm interested when we're going to see that in iRacing. That could be fun to get these. But it looks like iRacing has this ish figured out. As there's everywhere places to go to get speed.
There we go.
Pitting.
First group of pitters led by Justin Boyle there. Timothy Latham, Philip Lloyd, Carl Dodson, Dakota Jorgensen all follow. This is scheduled pit stop right within their window.
So we'll see if Carl Dodson, he's going to be in the way of Philip Lloyd here coming into his pit box. Driving through the boxes a little bit there. So now 15 coming in. Everybody deciding to come in a little bit early. I wonder how much of a difference that's going to make for Justin Boyles and them. They're going to put up the track map. Y'all can see how he's going to get out. Taking fuel only for the first group. Doc Holliday and Will Barlow. Doc Holliday, your only car staying out with PJ, what is it? Eagleton's? Eagleton's, is that what you said? Engelkins coming in as well. So let's see, Justin Boyles. That's definitely going to save him some time. Coming in first, but I don't know if it's going to save them enough to really affect things if they have clean pits.
Well, you know, it just might here as he's gonna take over the lead as Will Barlow has to get to the backstretch merge line. Yeah, Justin Boyles may just be out ahead here.
Yeah,
Scooch.
They took tires. Justin Boyles didn't, but Kendall LeVron, Will Barlow, your leaders earlier, they both took tires. So that put them out about 8 seconds behind those that didn't. So definitely something to watch. Will Barlow, Kendall LeVron, and Philip Lloyd took 4 tires that pit strategy. Now Doc Holliday did not, so we'll see. He's definitely going to get past coming through here. He was a little bit farther back. Shorty Lopez says, "Go, Will." Will definitely has the car to do it. Starting pole, he's going to be working his way back now. We'll see what those lap times are and we'll put them up, seeing just how beneficial it was trying to take that 4 sets of tires, or that full set. But your leader now, Justin Boyles, Timothy Lotham in second, and Dakota R. Jorgensen in third. Something also to note here, Dakota Jorgensen has not had a win yet in this series. He's raced 42 races here. He's looking to break that cold streak. He's finished second several times and third as well. So he's had success, just hasn't been able to finish it out.
I'm watching Will Barlow right now. I'm watching the gap between him and Justin Boyles. He's gained about a second or so every lap. I just don't know if there's enough time for him to catch up to Justin Boyles and get by him.
Well, he's got 7 laps right now, and he's 6.7 seconds back, so theoretically he might be able to, once he gets to the draft, get up there and make something happen, but he's pretty far back right now. He's got to move, and these guys have the advantage of being a little more organized. Now, if they get side by side or something, we might be seeing a little bit of change As Dave Fuge Jr. is going to try and pop to the bottom and make something happen on old tires.
Well, all your front runners are on older tires. They're all on the same set.
Yes. Everybody back to Will Barlow. Only took fuel. Carl Dotson possibly taking rights with a 6-second pit time. But he doesn't have the lap times to prove that. As your top 5 here looking for points. But what that is going to do is that's going to put Will Barlow up front whenever, if he doesn't burn his stuff up, it's going to put him up front whenever we come back around for the stage, because he's just going to come in and get fuel while everyone else is most likely going to come in for tires.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag of strategy here, and I'm real interested to see how it pulls off. Will Barlow, when we do get our caution, they all pit. If he does only take gas, he's going to have about 10 lap difference of tires than everybody else, and that could make things interesting, especially being out front.
Yeah, if it even is going to matter there. He might make it out front on his own. He's now 4 seconds back. To show you that, rather than just tell you. 4 seconds back now, cut it from 8 seconds at lap 33. And now he's catching a piggyback off somebody's draft. So he's getting Carl Dotson's draft. That's going to slingshot him up and help his time out a little bit, as he's running 39 fives as opposed to 45. So if he has the opportunity here, we might see a pass, as he's 3.5 seconds back. Got to stay close. He's still getting points either way here because he's in 6th position with that. But checking on your cut line, Doc Holliday, Philip Loy, and Jordan Sollers. I don't think I saw Jordan's name today. Tony Patton is another one up here, running second to last right now. But keep an eye on those guys as well.
Somebody else on the same strategy as Will Barlow is Kendall LeBron, and these two cats, they're almost in sync on how they're driving. I don't think he can get any closer than what lane they pick.
Yeah, it's follow the leader right there for 5th and 6th, as Will and Kendall have just passed Dave Fuge Jr. But not to, count these guys out. Justin Boyles and Timothy Lotham, they're doing the same thing. They're just racing, trying to get this stage in. You don't want to wreck your car out. But these guys they're in. Everybody but Dakota R. Jorgensen, which he's in on points, basically. So these guys running 1 and 2 in the standings, trying to get a win, a propel them, be the first driver to 2 wins, maybe.
Yeah, just about everybody's looking for a second win. You see Will Barlow and Kendall LeBron, they are within the draft of your lead pack. Should have this lap to go and see the stage caution come out. They're up there. It's going to be a Hail Mary for a stage win.
Yeah, this is building up to be a good one, as Will Barlow and Kendall LeBron have caught him. They're on the bottom. They've got 2 turns to go with plenty of tires. We'll see if that strategy pays off for them, as they can get way lower there, as number 5 is going to try and block. But, oh no, the 15 gets a little loose. Gets the air off the back. Gets low. Tries to make it back up. Now Brian Mabry is going to fall back. All that to lose it and come in 4th and 6th, which I even think Brian came behind Kendall LeBron. Or, I'm sorry, yeah, Kendall LeBron. So I think Kendall LeBron's going to have that 5th spot. So definitely, whew, there it goes. That was a good race there. Will Barlow caught him, and we've still got 40 more laps. 80 more laps. So should be a good time here. 90 more. Jeez Louise. You gotta step in, Corey. Fix me.
Yeah, we got more than 80. Yeah, do the math. We got or 40 and 130 total laps tonight. We just got 40 laps to the next stage.
Right, which is definitely going to come into hand here whenever you find out that the pit strategy, I think it's not going to be open even until 43. And if you come in that first time, you can come in the second time around, top off on fuel. You might be able to make it to the end of this stage. We'll see what happens here as we're coming to lap 42 of 130. If you want to go ahead and pull in our stage winner, Timothy Lotham, we'll chat with him. All right,
Hey,
Timothy. It is James and Corey in the booth. You got us.
Yes, I sure do.
Hey, well, congratulations on the stage win. Correct?
That wasn't.
You just had him passed by the pace car. Well, congratulations on your stage second place.
Appreciate it. The car feels good. I probably could have passed Justin if I wanted to. I know he's a little loose up there. But, like I said, the car feels good, and I think we got a winning car here. We just got to keep it together and not get any accidents.
Definitely. Well, hopefully you had that fast pair unchecked. Corey, you got anything for him?
No.
All right. Well, Timothy, how is the car feeling coming through these turns? What are you thinking you can save on fuel, or what's your strat coming out of this?
Probably just the same thing as we did before. Just try not to race too hard and keep it pretty clean. I was trying to stay off the guys most of the time, and we got our team to kind of pit together there and beat all the leaders out of the pit road. So we did a good job, and hopefully we can maintain this performance here tonight.
Definitely. Well, again, congratulations on the second place, finishing out the stage. I know you're trying to get that second win, so we'll send you back to it, brother.
All right, appreciate it.
What channel were you in?
Flashpoint.
There we go. Your second place stage wins finisher, Timothy Latham.
Yeah, I guess SDK wasn't updated, folks. So Mark Broyle says, come on, Ricky Bobby Boyles. Time to go real fast. I agree. He has been so far. Won that stage, so I took the win away from him, but I'm giving it back here. He won the stage there, so congratulations, Justin Boyles. I'm sure I'll talk to you after the race once you get top 3 at least. Of course, Will Barlow.
We'll do a dual interview on stage 2 if he wins it.
There we go. We'll interview him no matter what, whenever. I'm just going to pull him in while he's driving. Let's do it.
Well, like we said, Will Barlow, he may have did right side tires under pit stop.
They've got 5 extra sets, if I do believe.
Yeah, they have 5 sets in the pits.
So that might be take them if you got them. You can't take them home with you. So definitely want to use all of them, and maybe that's what he's thinking. At least come down and check out, what they're at. So see how much you've lost in that 4 seconds. So Will Barlow will be taking us to green here. 1 to go on the backstretch in the iRacing Virtual Cup Series. Broadcasted to you by Sim Racing Media. Gorgeous purple Ford. That's Kendall Lavron taking both sides. I'm wondering, Will got a little squirrely there. I wonder how much that took out of his tires.
Probably not too much.
No, but maybe enough to make that decision to get rights as well. As he's going to take off. Here we go. Will Barlow takes the green flag, gets in front of Justin Boyles on the high side. Dakota R. Jorgensen in second. Everybody else gets rolling without any issue. Back in the back, everybody trying to decide what line they want to take this first turn at, as Kendall Levron and Timothy Lotham are side by side. That's what go ahead.
Yeah, good run down the back chute. Justin Boyles to the lead right now. He's got fresh rubber, more so compared than Will Barlow.
Yeah, interesting. Will Barlow going back way more than I thought he would. Did he get loose, or is that just slow? Oh, we got a caution. Dave Fuge crashed. Oh, that's what I heard. Dave Fuge actually blew up and was unable to get off the track soon enough. Oh, man, this changes. You wouldn't think that changes a ton, but that changes a bunch here moving forward, because you can come in right now and make it to the second stage at 80 laps. So let's see if Dave is in here. If you could, Corey, if you can go into his, go into their team and see if he wants to do a after interview from the infield care center there. So there we go. Justin Boyles now leading. Dakota R. Jorgensen in second. Timothy Lotham in third after all that. Will Barlow in fourth. Definitely going to see what's going to happen here, is it's Justin Boyles is given the intention that he is going to come in. Everybody going to come in, at least top off fuel. I would imagine that gives you the best strategy, unless you're going for a race win. If you're going for a race win, you don't really care about that stage end. You might come in at lap 75 or 76. Just get those points. Maybe that's what Doc Holliday's thinking about. He knows he's going to get a caution at lap 80, so that's something you can do. So, Dave, I got you coming from the infield care center. How you doing, man?
A little disappointed, but sometimes you have a mechanical failure, and there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah. So, tell us what was going on with that Ford coming down the backstretch there after that yellow.
I don't know. She blew up.
That's a next gen for you on iRacing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to get it back to the shop and let the engine guys tear it apart, and we'll see what happened. But it was pretty abrupt. So I'm gonna say it probably burned a piston or something.
You didn't have that Darrell Waltrip engine builder special there?
No, because if so, then we might need to talk to the engine builder again, because it didn't go near as long as it should have.
Definitely. Well, so Dave, I see I've got you looking pretty good. Where are you at? How long you been racing with these guys?
This is my first season with the IVCS. Raced with some of these guys in a different league. That's how I got to know them. So, a bunch of fun guys to race with. I think this has got some potential. We just need some more guys to hop in with us.
Definitely, and I see that you do have one win, so you're locked in. So not too much going on, not too much riding on this race. You're
right.
Locked in,
yeah,
but I know it's
already locked in. Yeah, absolutely, already locked in. Just I was trying to help my teammate Brian Maybury get locked in. I was trying to keep him in front of me all night so that I could be pushing him up front. We had some really good setups, and we're just being patient, kind of learning, the first part there, seeing where we need to be to make moves, and we were some moves there towards the end of the stage, trying to figure out where a pass was going to need to be made later. But I hate it more for him than myself because we had a good strategy, and now he's kind of left out there all by himself, unfortunately. So he's gonna have his work cut out for him.
Definitely. Well, man, I appreciate you coming in, and hopefully you can get out there and practice next week. I know you're going to Daytona, correct?
Yeah, Daytona next week. So a little bit more of what we did tonight. Just
Super Speedway,
trying to
right?
figure out where we got to go. Yeah, exactly.
I hate that
Just
I have
trying
to
figure
ask
out where
that.
to be, and figure out your pushing, and figuring out your runs, and when to make them and when not to make them. So yeah, it's a good practice for next week. But like I said, I expected to be there, helping push Brian to the win tonight. But we'll just have to go get him at Daytona.
Definitely. Well, all right, sir. Well, I appreciate you having in here. We're about to go green, so hopefully we'll see you in here next week.
All right, guys, appreciate it.
That was Dave Fuge blowing up this next gen as Doc Holliday is about to blow up his, up 9 positions, did not pit with everybody else on lap 47. We're going to see if that comes into play here as everybody else took fuel only. Coming to turn 1, coming out of turn 2. He's going to be taking the high line, going to get passed underneath by Philip Lloyd. Let's see if Philip Lloyd can keep it going. He's not. Doc Holliday has the advantage. Will Barlow in 15th. Don't count him out. He came in for fuel only, but he is ready to rock this time. Maybe getting a little loose, but checking those tires, and he is going for a stage win here. Into LeBron in 3rd. Philip Lloyd back to 4th. Tony Patton in 5th. And Dakota R. Jorgensen. All these guys lined up, ready to rock. As we are moving here, folks. Doc Holliday, that looking like the iRacing pace car up front, got gapped about 20 tenths of a second, 2 tenths of a second, I'm sorry, above Will Barlow. But Will Barlow knows, it hasn't really been in this position actually to where he's had to pass. Usually he had clean air, so he's kind of seeing how that car is developed and how it's running in this dirty air that he's not got behind him.
Yeah, Doc Holliday. I haven't seen him lead all season that I recall. It's nice seeing him out front right now, leading this pack of hungry cars behind him.
Definitely, as you call him hungry. Back there we got Dakota R. Jorgensen hungry, trying to get fed, getting out the bottom, passing Justin Boyles there. Working his way up, trying to work that bottom line. Now working the top line up near the wall. Got to watch out for those marbles. He's back up front. Doc Holliday, he's in a really good position. Able to block Will Barlow. Will has not ran the high line to see where that's where the speed is right now, but he's not ran it all race, so he's going to just stick to behind him. Not a bad choice by Will Barlow. Doc Holliday most likely will have to come in and pit. He's about 5 laps less on fuel. Everybody else hoping there's enough time, there's enough gas in the tanks, which there should be. Everybody else coming in lap 47, some even lap 48.
I really like seeing these runs develop coming out of turn number 2 on the high side. Dakota Jorgensen up and through the wall down in turn 3, but as I was saying, the turn 2 runs on the outside are very interesting to me, as if you're a little bit lower than the wall, you are looking to be passed.
Yeah, that new suspension down there really makes a difference. You're not able to get as big a run coming off the bottom as you would expect. And up top, they are able to just stay planted and keep hammered down, especially they're only about 7 laps on these tires. I would imagine they're running wide open still. We're going to see here on board with Dakota Jorgensen. Maybe a little blip coming in here as it's going to get... just flat.
I can't tell if that's a blip from just having the lift for the car in front or a blip to lift for corner entry.
Yeah, it seemed a little early for corner entry, didn't it? I'm sure it'll help you get lower. But I would imagine right now, like I said, they're still running flat out.
Let's go on board real quick with Doc Holliday, see if he's flat out. It sounds like it.
Yeah, it sounds like he is flat out.
Oh, he's getting past.
Yeah, don't speak too soon, though. He's got that run. See that inside? They're going to be side by side, door to door, going into turn 3. Let's see if Will Barlow and company is going to be able to get back in there. As Doc Holliday is now shuffled back to 5th in the high line.
Yeah, I was looking at him. He's getting past. I didn't realize we were getting 3 wide action out of that. I was just wanting to check out his throttle input. But
Yeah, 3 wide.
Cody Jorgensen took that 3 wide and made it work. Put him up in the top spot.
Yeah, let's take a look as we're going to see a replay of that. Will Barlow trying to make a move, and Dakota R. Jorgensen, like you said, just taking it down to the very, very bottom. Doc just maybe giving it up. He knows he doesn't really have a chance here anyways, so he's got to find a way to the bottom to be in a better position, as we are just a gaggle of cars coming through there, folks, as we are now at lap 59 of 80, and it's still a gaggle. Will Barlow on the bottom with Dakota R. Jorgensen. Kendall Rod on the bottom of Timothy Lotham. Everybody trying to catch positions here as we're coming to 60 laps out of 130 here at the IVCS at Michigan International.
See Philip Loy up here in the top 5 right now. He was one of the guys early on that were hanging at the back of the pack seeing what the car would do, and it looks like he's found something. Look at him going all the way to the yellow line.
Absolutely getting low as she goes, and this interesting spot to be pushing here as everybody is on the same tires. About 12 laps, you got to think they're going to hit that fall off at some point now that everybody is pushing as hard as they possibly can. Will Barlow, Dakota Jorgensen, everybody back 3 wide now with Philip Loy and Justin Boyles. I think Kendall LeBron's going to back out. He wants none of that. He says, we still got a couple stages left, boys.
Well, what happened is Philip Loy got on the back bumper of Kendall LeBron and almost turned him out of 4. That's why he fell back. Look at Doc Holliday just hanging in there. He knows he has to pit under green, considering he's been out there for now 20 laps.
Yeah, and that's 6 laps. Oh, we're almost 4 wide. Back with Philip Loy, Brian Mabry, and Will Barlow. It's amazing to me how if you let out at all, you're looking to get shuffled back 6 spots. Happened to Philip. It happened to Doc Holliday, Will Barlow, all these guys just shuffling around. Some fantastic racing up here from the folks at the iRacing Virtual Cup Series.
Well, you say 6 spots, but they lose all 6 in one area because they go 6 wide.
Yeah, you're not wrong here. That's a wide track. If you're going to get past somebody, you can do it. Everybody kind of settling down. You're thinking, hey, we still got, 17 laps here left in this stage. Am I right there? Is that math correct?
What'd you say?
Good talk. As Doc Mabry's on the inside there with 27 laps to go. 17. See, you made me do it again. 17.
It's something around there.
As Dakota R. Jorgensen has now inherited your lead. He's been leading for a minute with Timothy Lotham. But Justin Boyles, liking being in third place. That's where he qualified. He's there right now. See, Will Barlow already found his way back up to fifth. Pushing. You know he's got a long run car. That's how he was able to stay in front for so long before that. Oh, it's a huge checkup. Huge checkup. Will Barlow getting to the back of the 33. Everybody's staying straight though. Will gonna slide up in front of him and get back down.
Will Barlow just taking his time trying to seek one by one. Joseph DuPont on the outside once again, and Will Barlow using the outside momentum and the push from Philip Loy. It just seems like if you have pushing help on the bottom, you can get the bottom to work. But if you don't have the proper push from behind, you're a sitting duck.
Yeah, definitely. Aero playing such a huge factor in here. Almost like a parachute. If you've got somebody behind you, you've got that aero push. You take more air out of that rear of theirs, and it's able to help you out a little bit. Get rid of that bubble that forms behind you. Slows you down a little bit. As Will, for no lack of trying, keep working on the bottom with Philip Loy. As he's just got to get a spot to come up. He doesn't have it now, but now Philip Loy's going to try and make it 3 wide. Back to 2. Just about finding a spot to come up because you can't go into the turn low entry on these old tires now. Just not working. As Doc Holliday doing the best he can to kind of save. He got his laps led. He's going to hang back and work on putting himself in a position to finish the race off in a 2-stop rather than everybody else. Because everybody else is going to come in with 50 to go. They're going to have to do a 2-stop under green. I'm sorry, a 1-stop.
Look at this, 3 wide for the lead out of 4. Dakota Jorgensen just, I don't know what's wrong. If something's wrong with his car, what? He just got shuffled back from the lead all the way back. He fell to 8. All in one little short sequence of events. I have no clue what happened there.
Oh, none at all. As the 33 gets into him a little bit there. Joseph DuPont coming out, but we'll go ahead and rewatch that. Looks like he just got taken on all sides. That number 9, watch him there. Maybe gets a little loose.
I think that's what happened.
It got a little bit loose and then got the side draft on both ends by the 15 and the 5, and that just pulled the e-brake on him, and just got to hold your line at that point. Spotter going crazy, telling him where everyone's at.
Crazy? I don't think that's a word.
Timothy, crazy? Yeah, maybe something more. Maybe talking a little too fast. Timothy Lotham, Justin Boyles, Ryan Mabry, now your top 3, but Will making it back up there.
Oh, Boyles and Mabry contact. This is turning into a bigger wreck.
No.
Doc Holliday involved. No.
Doc Holliday gets absolutely destroyed No fast repairs here, folks. What happens, happens. We're going to see kind of what happened there. Oh, no. Doc Holliday getting the absolute worst out of that. But that all started with the number 5 car. Or no, I'm sorry.
The 8
Just
and
the
the
8.
3.
Let's see. It's loose. Then Kendall LeVron. Oh, man, he was having a fantastic race, too. Ends up having to check up. He does that. Gets turned. And then right down into the very unfortunate.
Bad news for Doc Holliday, but good news for Richard Smith. Richard's gonna get his lucky dog.
Yeah. Also got on board with Justin Boyles as he just barely gets a little bit loose and is able to get through that wreck. Fantastic driving there. So is Doc Holliday available? If not, we can pull in Kendall LeVron or the 8. Justin Boyles.
I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah, go ask Doc if he's willing to talk, and then we'll get with, if not, find somebody who is. Pretty please. We are coming here. Now everybody comes in. Everybody but Will Barlow, which is interesting. Will is going to make it on fuel, but he is now 13 laps less fresh tires than everybody behind him.
Hey there, Doc. We got you up here in the booth.
Hey.
Great.
So Doc,
Hey, you're looking good out there so far, and just some fortunate wreck. How was your car while you were out there?
It was pretty good, but now I got about 31 minutes of repairs, so I'm done for the night. It was pretty fast too.
So Doc, we saw the strategy trying to come into play there. Super sorry it didn't work out, man. I know. Stayed out. You're probably planning on coming in lap 76, lap 77, correct?
Yeah. I was trying, but
Well, who's go ahead and let us know who's on the car and what you're racing for tonight.
well, I got Barnett designs on there, Barnett race cars. He's a buddy of mine in New York. He does all my designs and stuff like that. So he's the one that does all my paint schemes. Got Biotech on there, I think, on this one. I've got 2 cars identical. But yeah, it's very disappointing. Very disappointing tonight. So.
Yes, sir. Well, you know, next week you got Daytona, so a little bit better option to make your way up here.
Yeah, pretty sure. I thought I had a good chance tonight too.
You did.
One of my favorite tracks. So it is what it is.
Yes, sir. Well, I know you were looking good out there and you had a chance to win it, but I'm sure that'll follow over to next week at Daytona, and we'll see you then, brother.
All right, man. I thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Where were you?
Do-gooders.
There we go. We are green again. Will Barlow going to take him off. Get a good jump. Going to make that work for him. He's got to do everything he can. He's got 7 laps to hold off the entire field. Luckily, everybody else, bad start. Joseph DuPont in second, up 11 positions. Dakota R. Jorgensen taking the high line. Justin Boyles there in 4th. You see the 5 car absolutely shooting up there, getting loose.
that and the number 9 back up to the lead. Dakota Jorgensen really took that car and shot out of a cannon. He brought Justin Boyles with him as well. Boyles was just involved in that wreck, and he's found himself back up in the top 2 spots.
Definitely fantastic. Will Barlow maybe not. He was up there. I wonder what his strategy is going to be coming through here, as he did not come in there. Last pitted lap 47. So we'll see, as he's now in 4th place with 6 laps less to go in the stage. Let's see if maybe he's trying to cut this, pull an old Doc Holliday and do what he was trying to do. Maybe come in here in a couple and top off or get some tires on everybody.
Well,
but
I think what he's trying to do is he can get to the end of the stage easily, but what he's trying to do is he'll have about 7-lap newer tires in the rest of the field. 8-lap newer tires in the rest of the field or so. And that could play dividends on how good his car handles in the last run of the race, which will be 50 laps. And at that point, you may just have to split it in 2, and he'll be on the same fuel run as everybody else.
Definitely. Of course, coming to this stage break at lap 80, everybody should have sets left. So that might reset the field a little bit for Will Barlow. But he's actually holding his own out here. After that initial pass, once that newness wore off of those tires, he's now back to 4th, holding up Philip Noy and Kendall LeBron back there fighting. Maybe even with a little damage, Kendall LeBron. Oh, he wrecks! Will Barlow gets in the wall, locks him up. What happened there? Philip Noy was behind him. Oh, just a...
Looks like a matter of Will Barlow slightly coming up and Philip Noy slightly coming down. Tough break and Tony Patton involved as well. He was a lap down earlier.
As we'll
so
see.
Unfortunate break.
Oh, yeah, just an effort of thought he was clear, probably, and he was not. Just had a nose in. Philip Noy not lifting. Nor does he have to. Just an accident there. Very unfortunate for that 15 car, having a fantastic race. Luckily, he's got a win here, so nobody hurt too bad.
Well, we say that, and Tony Patton needs a win.
Yeah, unfortunate for Tony Patton. He was already damaged, I believe, going into that. He already had the front end. I believe he was involved in that first big wreck.
No, Tony was just lapped down. Philip needed the win.
Yeah, took the front right off that.
Well, I think Richard Smith is right now. He's saying, if y'all keep wrecking, I'm gonna win this thing.
Yeah, made his lap back. So he's ready on the front. Everybody now left. The 10 vehicles that are left in this thing are now on the lead lap.
Not sure what they're doing, if they're going to call this the stage end, but everybody comes down pit road.
Yeah, I believe what I heard over the radio is they're going to run it out here. We'll see what they decide to do.
So that would make your stage winner Dakota Jorgensen. And remember, Dakota, he's trying to break a winless streak. 42 races and no wins.
Yeah, definitely. So he'd be up there. He's already in on points, I believe, last I talked to him. And just trying to get that win in the series. It'll be good if he gets it. Get out there and do the burnout for the first time in front of these folks and make it worth it. As we see, not expecting a couple cautions there, but I guess with the difference in speed Will Barlow had on those old tires, it really played into effect in a way that he wasn't really thinking it would. So checking in on you guys on Facebook. Latham. Got you. I got you, Lewis. Or Louise.
That's YouTube, by the way.
Yeah. Good note. We have Shorty Lopez on Facebook. The Good Racing Will. Pronounced Latham. Says Luis Lopez. Shout out Dakota. In that number 9. Guys, we appreciate you checking in, watching your driver. And shout them out. Keep them up. Hype them up. Sure and share this out to your people. All that good stuff. Let's get these sponsors on these cars the time they deserve. Lap 80 of 130. That's going to do it for your stage break. Like Corey said, we don't know if they're going to count the points after, like they would in NASCAR. I think they'd call it right there, and you would just have to decide if you want to pit or not. As Philip said. Go ahead.
Yeah, not quite sure on that ruling, but Richard Smith stayed out. He last pitted on lap. Okay, he's going to dive in. I was about to say he's about out of gas.
Yeah. Yeah, as I think he might be out of gas. Oh, that's unfortunate. Kodar Jorgensen now going to inherit the lead. Timothy Latham, they're in second. Third, Justin Boyles. Justin has not moved around at all. He's stayed in qualified third. He's going to darn near race the whole race there.
Well, folks, we started the race with 14 cars. We're down to about 7 of them.
Yeah, 7 cars left in this thing on the lead. Lap 8. We got Tony Patton coming around here with that damage, just coming out and turning some laps. Hoping for another one as we see. Is that Brian Mabry? Will Barlow's got that car back out there. Will Barlow's running. Not as much damage as originally thought on that 15.
No, there's a good bit of damage on that right side and the back end of it. And for what it is, though, it's hanging in there.
Yep.
Joseph DuPont up to 4th. He was involved in a wreck earlier. or a wall bang earlier, one of the two. I forget which one he was involved in. All I see is the damage on the right side, and I assume wall.
Quite
He's
possibly.
making that car work. On the bottom, he's going to get on the inside of Justin Boyles. He's going to have help from Kendall LeBron. On the bottom. See if he can't make the bottom work down in turn number 1 and 2. He's going to get up next to Timothy Latham. Just not quite the momentum on the inside as you'd like down in 1 and 2. You can get the momentum in 3 and 4. It's just 1 and 2 where the bottom doesn't quite work as well.
Yeah, it definitely is. Will, hang it in there. Yeah, but yeah, once you take that bottom line, and if you commit just a turn too much to it, you're going to be cycled back as this high line is rolling here with Dakota Jorgensen and Timothy Latham. You see Will doing has two followers in our Facebook and our YouTube, as he's not out of it, folks. He's got maybe just the right amount of damage to make that thing hug the bottom a little more. Who knows? I've seen cars spin and get faster. Maybe the driver driving with a little extra something, as he just has to get one more yellow to come in and get the rest of that damage, but not focus on him. Dakota Jorgensen is running out in front. Not really having any issues or any challenges from Timothy Latham. Dakota trying to get that monkey off his back, get a win in this series. Of course, everybody else wants a win to differentiate themselves once they get to the playoffs, get those extra bonus points. It could be the difference between making it and not, and trying to be the regular season points leader. It's another bonus.
The guy behind Dakota, Timothy Latham, he was the last time we seen these guys on track at Watkins Glen. Timothy picked up his first win of the season. So he's just riding in there, maybe hoping to pick up his second win on the season. Make it 2 in a row.
Definitely 2 in a row would help you out, get the momentum, especially going into Daytona. That momentum is going to be huge. You can come in and kind of play around a little bit more. Daytona is one of those places where if you're scared to make it 3 wide, you're going to take a middle line when it's available. You're not going to drive as well. But if that guy who has 2 wins and really doesn't care if he makes it to the end of the race, that's just all the more incentive, as we see Will Barlow now 2 seconds back. Tony Patton in 8th with no front end there.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything about the schedule, but we've been saying Daytona a lot. Looking at the schedule, it shows Bristol next week.
No way.
It does.
No. Let me check. I believe you. I totally believe you. That's something I would mess up on. Why are they going to Bristol?
I don't know, but I'm excited. That just makes me more excited.
There you go. They're going to Bristol. They're not going to Daytona. I like it. Yeah, Bristol should be a good time. I know in these next-gen cars, they have a little bit of trouble on the short tracks. But maybe they've got them fixed. Where's NASCAR going next week?
What, in real life? Like on Sunday?
Next week. This week they're going to Michigan.
Next week. I think they go to Daytona next week. I don't know.
They do. That's where okay.
They do.
All right, I was just making sure I wasn't messed up on something. That's what got it. The regular season NASCAR going to Daytona. But this iRacing Virtual Cup will be headed to where, Corey?
Bristol.
Bristol Motor Speed. Let's do it.
The bull ring. The blender, the whatever you call it.
Man, I hope it's Bristol.
I don't think it is.
I don't either.
Way to kill my hopes, James. Way to kill my hopes.
I said I hoped it was. You killed my hopes, dude. Start with that. Kodar Jorgensen now in first. Timothy Latham second. Justin Broyles can't seem to get out of third place. Whether he wants to or not, he's just sticking there. Brian Mabry in third. Kendall LeBron in fifth. Keep in mind, you're in about 10 laps. Or less if you try and short pit. We're going to be seeing some cars come in. Unfortunately, once they come in, you have to have teammates. It's looking like the draft is meaning more and more as Justin Broyles is just going as high as he possibly can through these turns.
Yeah, it's about 10 laps if you're looking to short pit. You can theoretically go to about 108 on a tank of gas if you really wanted to.
Yeah, and if you do short pit this, everybody right now is running 40.36 as opposed to their best time of 39.2. So you can get a second here if you decide to short pit. See that lap car, Tony Patton going a lap down. Unfortunate race for him, but he's sticking in there. He's going to try and get as many points as he can.
Yeah, one of your drivers on the cut line trying to get as many points before the playoffs.
As we're coming here, we're going to be coming to our pit stops shortly, but we're going to go ahead and run to a Turn It Up segment. Guys, turn it up. Make this thing happen. We're going to crank it on our end and take a little bit of break, and we'll come back if anything happens. Let's turn it up. All right, folks, we are back. 24 laps to go. The pit cycle has started. Everybody getting out a little bit different. What did you see in that break?
Well, during that break, I seen Joseph DuPont disconnect. I didn't get any word as to why. And right now, we're down to 5 cars on the lead lap. Possibly 6. Not sure why it's showing Dakota Jorgensen a lap down unless he had problem under pit stop, which it looks like he did. 54-second pit time. So, looking like 4 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, Richard Pattinson and Richard Smith. I'm sorry, Tony Patton and Richard Smith still in. Maybe had to serve a penalty or something there, as they're going to go a lap down. So now it's Brian Mabry, Timothy Lotham, and Justin Boyle's back there. Huge gap. Because Brian just had a fantastic pit. Fuel only. Or maybe even right sides with an 8.33 second stop. We'll see if that's going to come back to bite him.
Well, no, he could have gotten lefts.
If he wanted lefts, he could have gotten lefts. You are correct. Don't know why you would take lefts, though.
I've done it once and regretted it.
I'm sure. Yes, as Timothy Lotham now is catching him. He's got about 0.4 of a second on our leader, Kendall LeVron. Unfortunately, he's maybe having trouble getting out of his pits. He is 7 seconds back from your leader. Of course, Will Barlow out there still kicking. He's got a top 5 if he finishes right now. And I have no idea. That was the longest turn it up ever. You are correct.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Dakota R. Jorgensen in 6th place. Right now, he's running. Who are those? Those guys are running with 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah.
So if anything happens, he's in a good spot. You got to try and fight for that lap back, no matter what. You're always in a better position to not be the lucky dog, because the lucky dog has to stay behind everybody else. But with 10 cars, that's not a super big issue.
Well, you seen there, Timothy Latham got the push, and they slung shot by Brian Mabry. Now Dakota Jorgensen right there a lap down with your leaders, trying to get his lap back under green flag condition in case there is a mysterious yellow on the track.
Yeah, and let's take a look at this pit by Dakota R. Jorgensen. I want to see kind of what happened. Check him out there in that number 9. He was starting on the inside, so he already had the advantage.
Word is he got nailed speeding coming in.
That's what it looks like, is he's holding there for about 40 seconds, so that would check out. Back
Yeah,
up
he
front.
came in at the cone about 70.
There you go. So Timothy Lotham now, Justin Broyles. These guys running 1 and 2 in the standings, each one trying to get his second win here to get those playoff points and help them out. Dakota R. Jorgensen trying his hardest to get that lap back, maybe even hoping something happens regardless, but that's going to be hard here as we go through the field. We got, of course, your top 3 all in the same picture, minus Dakota Jorgensen, who's a lap down. Kendall LeVron is in 4th, out by his own, about 12 seconds back. Will Barlow in 5th, Dakota R. Jorgensen said they're in 6th, and Tony Patton running with Richard Smith, getting a push. These guys
Oh, that's adorable.
playing in the back there, hanging out.
Well,
Joseph,
they're on the same lap, so Richard could just easily pass Tony here. I don't know, maybe teamwork.
maybe, and Joseph Patton, or I'm sorry, Joseph DuPont disconnected. So your top 8 are the only ones even on the track right now. Everybody else gone home. Get you some Bush Apple Light if you're old enough to do so, and that's what I'm doing.
Apple juice if you're underage.
There you go. Get you some apple juice. Got that too. Justin Boyles, Brian Mabry. So there he goes. Dakota R. Jorgensen racing for his lap right now. He's in 6th position. Sun setting, so the track getting a little bit cooler. His tires are going to last a little bit longer, so Brian Mabry may be regretting that decision to only take rights or lefts. We got 15 to go here, folks, at Michigan. Big finish coming up as these 3 right here in the same race, staying tail end to front. As we see Broyles going down to the bottom. He's going to try and take the lead right now. 15 to go. Almost working a slide job. Unable to get up there in the front stretch. Running side by side with your leader. Dakota watching this with great interest. As we got the slide job completed. See our leaders from Dakota's point of view.
We do have word from the garage. Joseph DuPont clapped the wall real nicely. That's why he took her back behind the wall.
You go called her quits right there. As he's only listed. Yeah, he's listed now. These guys just racing it out here. 13 to go. Keep it here, folks. The iRacing Virtual Cup Series brought to you by SRM. That's us. Myself, Corey here in the booth. If you need somebody to call your race, your one-off, you're starting a league, let us know. We are accepting on certain days. We are full up also, so we need broadcasters and commentators. All right, us. We want to make some money doing some iRacing.
No, you can't have my job.
Well, we've got plenty of your jobs. We're fine. We are moving there. 12 to go.
It's going to be interesting here when we get down to the closing laps. Timothy really has to plan out a path. And I don't know if he's going to have help from Dakota Jorgensen on the pass. That may be the only way he gets around Justin Boyles.
Yeah, these guys are... that's crazy. Justin Boyles and Timothy Lotham are teammates.
Well, they're all teammates.
Yeah, all 3 of them there. Dakota Jorgensen even. So, interesting. Interesting here is Brian Mabry.
Odd man out.
He's the odd man out. So these guys may be trying to run 1, 2, 3. But, you know, teammates with who has the most to gain here, they're both equal. So trying to decide who's going to get this win, as we see Timothy making a little check on the inside to see what he's got down there. Be interesting to see what they decide to do. Because all bets are off, I'm sure now. With 10 to go, everybody working on each other. You find out who your friends are.
Well, you say they're equal, but Timothy Latham has 15 playoff points, as where Boyles has 21. You get 5 playoff points by winning a race, so Timothy may want to look for a win here and close the gap up for a playoff point picture in the long run.
As we're 9 to go here, should be a good time. Justin Boyles, Timothy Latham, Brian Mabry, and Kendall Levron all fighting around here. Kendall working with these two cars that are clapped out, Tony Patton and Richard Smith. Of course, don't count Will Barlow out. He's in 5th. He's about to get lapped here, so maybe going to come into play. Maybe use him as a pick if Timothy decides to pass right here. And take away that bottom line coming out of this turn.
Yeah, Will Barlow's just gonna let these cats go on by. Nothing to lose, not much to gain by trying to race the leaders. Other than the lucky dog, which at this point of time, I don't think we're gonna have a caution.
No, not if we do, it's gonna be really close. Probably coming across that checkered line there at the bottom of the front stretch. Got Timothy Latham and Brian Mabry again. Same 3 folks. Everybody else. Of course, if you don't count this one, which Richard Smith is either helping out his buddy Tony Patton, almost has to because he's got to win, or I don't even know. He might be setting him up for heartbreak coming into turn 4 of lap 129.
Yeah, they've got to. I'd say Richard is allowing Tony to beat him for the points. Tony is outside of the playoffs.
See, I don't know if that's the paint or if that's actual damage on that 8 car on the rear end. I honestly can't tell. Looks like it might just be.
That would be, there's a little kink on the spoiler. The back end is scuffed up a little bit, but not major damage.
No, not at all. I wonder what he got into with that 8 car.
Or who got into him?
Either
Well,
way.
no, hold on. That's from his spin earlier.
Possibly.
Because he's got front end damage, too.
Interesting.
Interesting. You just see Timothy Latham hanging behind Justin Boyles, maybe thinking about when he wants to make that pass. He's got to do it perfectly and cannot lose momentum on the corner exit, which around here is pretty hard to do. We're coming around, we're getting the 4 to go.
Yeah, we're going to start seeing some chess. We're going to see the second place car. What he's going to decide to do is maybe pump to the inside and see if he's going to get a block or just run whatever the leader's not running. Try and keep it as low as possible because he's not getting a run out as you would expect by arcing in there. Stay on the back of the 8 car as we are coming to 3 to go once we exit turn 4 here. Teammates 1-2 at third of Elliott. He is that is Jorgensen. He's actually a lap behind. So whoever he backs here, whoever is sweetening him up with kind words in the Discord, is probably going to be your winner if he can get out and get him.
Yeah, I mean, teammates, who do you help at this point?
So we've seen you have to have help to make a pass here. 3 to go, folks. Who do you got in the chat? Let us know. Put out who you think is going to win this thing. Who's going to take it home? Justin Broyles, Timothy Latham, or Brian Mabry. Or heck, maybe they all wreck out. Kendall LeVron back here gets a nod.
They'd all have to really wreck for Kendall to make up 29 seconds here on the white flag coming up. We're down to 2 to go. Coming to the backstretch. Brian Mabry finally got around Dakota Jorgensen. Maybe Dakota backing out and allowing these cats to battle it out. See where Brian goes with Timothy.
Shake and bake, son. Shake and bake. As Dakota, like I said, he doesn't want any of it. So here we go. We're going to see that 5 car gapping out a little bit, giving him enough space to make something happen. We got the white flag here, folks. Next flag will drop. That will end it. I believe is Justin Broyles going to be taking this one home with Timothy Lotham. Not if he has something to say about it. Brian Mabry back there, odd man out. He's going to try and get himself some extra spots there. All three of these folks have won. Except Brian Mabry. Brian Mabry needs a win, so he's the one who has the most to gain and the most to lose here.
Here we go. All teammates get into each other. Latham turns. Justin Boyles down turn 3. Will Mabry have the momentum on the high side?
It's going to take...
Looking close. He's
going to cross over the double block. Double block by the 5. Blocks the number 3. That's going to be the 5. Timothy Latham taking the checkered flag. Brian Mabry holding off the assault. Oh my gosh. Kendall LeVron now in 4th. Has not passed yet, but Justin Broyles wrecked out. Let's hope he can make it back, as Kendall LeBron's got about 30 seconds. Justin Broyles coming in 3rd after a wild final lap. Let's see what happened here.
And answer your question, Tony Patton did beat Richard Smith out.
Let's take a look. Absolute wreck job there. Justin Broyles gets taken out by his teammate, them knowing probably that there were only 4 cars on the lead lap. Maybe a little bit of fun there at the end. Look at that. Just goes down. It's right in that California pit zone. Pops the teamer there. Oh, man. Brian Mabry in 2nd place, just watching it all happen. But then check out this final block. Super hard block on the 5, taking the win away from Brian Mabry. Let's go ahead and get these guys in here. As Timothy Latham, or Latham, I'll ask him when we get in here. Latham?
I don't know. I ask him.
That's what I just said. I said I'll ask him. We go through here. We'll get Justin Broyles in here first. Justin Broyles, I'll go ahead and grab him. All right, Justin, it's James and Corey in the booth. You got us.
I got you, man.
Hey, man, so teammate number 5 there. Tell us about that last lap.
Hold on 1 second, man. I've got all kinds of talking going in my ear.
No
1 second.
What happened? You got that?
And I knew he was gonna make a move at it, and I don't know. I had to try to block it, so it's it is what it is. It sucks, but I couldn't just let him go. I felt like the bottom was the best place to be, because I just felt like you opened the gap up enough that you just didn't have enough straightaway for it to get closed back down. And when he had to run there down the back, I thought he was on my bumper for so long. I thought that he wasn't going to go for the bottom. I thought maybe he was going to try to go to the top and kind of hang on my right rear and get a side draft off of 4. But that's not the first time Tim's gotten me on the backstretch at Michigan with 1 to go. So maybe the 3rd time's a charm, I hope.
There you go. Teammates, does that make it any easier with your wins being teammates?
I mean, it doesn't change anything. Whether it was Tim there or anybody, Brian, it doesn't matter. The move would have been probably the same, and my block would have probably been the same. So, I don't think it really changes anything. I'm happy for Tim. Be honest with you, man. If I really want Dakota to get his first win, man, he's been so close, and I think tonight he probably had a really good shot, and unfortunately got caught speeding on pit road. But that's the way it goes sometimes. So I will be back at Bristol next week, try to get after it again. But I'm really proud of the team, man. We ran up front all night and just really, I felt like, controlled that race.
Definitely Yeah, congratulations on third place finish, man. Is there anybody on the car? Anyone you want to shout out?
Like I said, I just want to shout out the team, man. We put together a pretty good piece tonight. Ran well. Appreciate you guys for the broadcast, and so yeah, it's shout out to the whole field, man. I thought we had some pretty good racing tonight. There were a few unfortunate incidents, but I think everybody for the most part was pretty calm, and so I thought there were some pretty good moments in that one.
Definitely. Well, again, congratulations, and hopefully we'll see you in here next week and talk to you.
Appreciate it, buddy.
All right, Corey, next we got Brian Mabry. I'll let you go ahead and take over this interview for second place.
Hey there, Mabry. You got a copy on me?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, you brought home in second place. How was your race?
It was a race.
Way to put it bluntly. I mean, you got any description on how your car handled?
I had it handled pretty good. It was just tough because teammate Dave, he had a little malfunction and took him out of the race. So I was out there by myself, so it was pretty tough.
Yeah, we seen Dave blow up real early on in the race. Unfortunate break for him. You got anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
I thank Justin for putting this on. Thank Dave, Kevin. That's about it.
Well, there you have it, folks. Your second place driver, Brian Mabry.
All right, next we're going to bring in Timothy Latham. Timothy, man, congratulations on the second win. I know I probably blew your ears out there.
No, you're good. I appreciate it. That was a blast.
Definitely. So, tell us about that last lap, man. Teammate in front of you, and then very quickly behind you.
Yeah, so we had been talking the last couple laps. I don't know if you guys have seen anything about last season, but I passed him on the last lap in Michigan last year to beat him. So he was very adamant on keeping me behind him, and he would do anything to do that. And it cost him there at the end. But, he still got a P3, so, he still got a good points night there. So I'm sure he's not too disappointed. But, man, that was fun.
Yeah, it looked like it. You guys out on a league of your own. Only 4 cars on the lead lap. Did that change your strategy there as you're coming to that last lap?
Yeah, a little bit, because, there's only 1 car behind us, and I had told Justin, or we had been discussing on, trying not to wreck each other, which obviously that happened, but if we just try not to wreck each other on the last lap and give the win to Brian. I really feel like if Brian pinched me a little bit in turn 3 there, he would have had the win, but, again, I had a good car all night, could stay up front, could catch back up even if I lost a little bit of draft, and just had a really good practice earlier and messed with the setup, and I think we dialed it in pretty good tonight.
Yeah, it looked like it, man. So we're going to Bristol next week, I believe. How you feel about short track and maybe getting 3 in a row?
I feel pretty good. I usually fare pretty well at Bristol. I got second both races last year. The first race because I got wrecked at the start-finish line on the first lap. Came back through the field and got second there. And then the second time, I got out pit strategied. So hopefully we can get 1 spot better and get to win next week.
Definitely. So Latham or Lotham?
Latham.
Latham. All right, bet.
Yeah.
I'll try my best to remember that because I'm sure we'll be calling out your name a lot. Next race.
Yeah, a lot of names.
It is, especially on mine. So, congratulations, though, bro, on the win, getting your first driver to 2 wins this season, getting them bonus points. Who you want to shout out on that beautiful Chevy you got there?
Pretty much my whole team. We did great tonight. I hate that Carl got caught up in a wreck early there. We all checked up and got bottlenecked, but we had a pretty good team night. And then Dakota sped on pit road and went a lap down. But, other than those 2 incidents, we all had a good night. So shout out to my team for doing good. Obviously, you want to thank Raise Energy. They're on the car every week. And they continue to support me every single week, and I really do appreciate that. And shout out to you guys. I've been watching back a few broadcasts. You guys are doing a good job, so keep it up.
Definitely. We appreciate that. We take that part. So, yeah, I'm sure we'll be talking to you next week, brother. And again, congratulations on the bonus points there.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, folks, there you have it. Corey, what do you got to say to finish this off here?
Well, that was a fun Michigan race, and I'm happy we'll be back here at a short track next week. I'm excited.
Definitely Bristol Motor Speedway. It'll be a fun time, folks. Be sure and check us out next Friday at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, I think is what all you other people talk about. So we'll be at Bristol Motor Speedway with the iRacing Virtual Cup Series. We're going to go ahead and run through this short field. Show you guys the results that we had there. Of course, it was Timothy Latham in first place, Brian Mabry in second, Justin Boyles in third, Kendall Levron in fourth, Dakota Jorgensen fifth, Will Barlow sixth, Tony Patton seventh, Richard Smith eighth, ninth is Joseph DuPont, 10th Philip Loy, 11th Doc Holliday, 12th Carl Dotson, 13th Dave Hughes Jr., and I'll let you handle 14th for me because I always get that one wrong.
14th would be the 93 of BJ Engelkins.
There you go, folks. As always, we appreciate you. Go ahead and like, share, follow, all that good stuff over at Sim Racing Media. We have plenty of good races all throughout the week, so if you're lacking for watching a good race, holler at us. You can always check in. We've always got something going on. We appreciate you, and as always, we will see you next week.